Minds of the deep. 5 of the most intelligent sea creatures. Imagine the ocean. Endless dark depth below, shifting light above, and countless lives navigating unseen worlds. Some of those lives belong to animals whose intelligence challenges our assumptions about cognition, memory, and social complexity in the sea. Below are 5 of the most cognitively impressive marine species, supported by scientific research. Number 5. Sea lions, though often underestimated. Many pinnipeds demonstrate strong spatial cognition, memory, and learning capacity. For example, long-term tracking of marine mammals shows that some species, like elephant seals, exhibit directed movement patterns over large distances, implying use of memory and internal maps rather than random wandering. Moreover, marine mammal training programs exploited sea lions' capacity for learning complex tasks, identifying underwater objects, carrying equipment, and responding to whistle-based commands. These abilities, spatial memory, long-term learning, object discrimination, point to a level of cognition more advanced than often assumed in pinnipeds. Number 4. Bottlenose dolphins. Dolphins, especially the widely studied bottlenose dolphin, are among the most scientifically documented intelligent marine species. Their cognitive capacities include complex communication. Each individual uses a unique signature whistle that functions like a name. They can imitate others' whistles and seemingly call each other by them when separated. High encephalization quotient. Studies note dolphins' brain-to-body mass ratios are among the highest in marine mammals, indicating strong cognitive potential. Social complexity. Dolphins form tight-knit social groups, cooperate in hunts, care for injured or young individuals, exhibit altruism, behaviors requiring social reasoning and emotional cognition. Problem-solving and tool use. There are documented cases of dolphins using sea sponges to protect their rostrums while foraging, showing tool use in the wild. Such combinations, communication, culture, learning, cooperation, place dolphins among the top marine minds we know. Their brains didn't grow by accident. Many scientists link it to the demands of social living in marine environments. Number 3. Sperm whales and large-toothed whales among cetaceans. Some of the largest brains on Earth belong to deep-diving species, such as the sperm whale. While precise neuron counts are harder to come by than in dolphins, observational data strongly support complex social and cognitive traits. Sperm whales organize in matriarchal family groups, showing long-term social bonding and coordinated behavior. Their communication, sequences of clicks and codas, shows patterns that many researchers compare to primitive language, possibly encoding identity, intent, and contextual information. Studies of marine mammal acoustics continue to map the diversity of these vocalizations. Their long lifespans and intergenerational knowledge sharing suggests cumulative culture, a hallmark of higher intelligence. Given their environmental demands, deep dives, long migrations, complex social life, large whales' cognition may be adapted not only for immediate survival, but for multi-generational problem solving. Number 2. Octopuses. Cephalopods, and octopuses in particular, represent a very different path to intelligence, one independent from vertebrate brains, using very different neural architecture. Their nervous system is distributed. Besides the central brain, each arm has neural ganglia capable of local processing, effectively giving them multiple semi-independent brains. Ethologists and philosophers of mind consider this a genuine alternative model of cognition. Octopuses excel in problem solving, escape behavior, tool use, and camouflage. Studies show they can navigate mazes, open jars, remember people, and alter skin texture color to blend into environments, a complex integration of sensory input, memory, and motor control. In evolutionary and philosophical analyses, cephalopods are often described as an independent experiment in large brain intelligence, a striking demonstration that complex cognition can arise along radically different neural paths. The intelligence of octopuses challenges anthropocentric assumptions. They don't think like us, but their cognition is effective, fluid, flexible, and deeply adapted to the chaotic complexity of the marine environment. Number 1. Orcas stand out for a cultural complexity, social structure, and learning dynamics that rival primates on land. Recent comparative studies of brain size across cetaceans find a strong correlation between social group structure and brain mass. Species with stable, socially complex groups tend to have larger brains. This supports the social brain hypothesis in marine mammals. Orca populations exhibit distinct dialects, hunting traditions, and learned behaviors. Different pods have different vocal repertoires and prey capture strategies, behavior that is transmitted across generations, not instinctual. They show long-term memory, familial care, and what many researchers interpret as empathy or grief, complex emotional states that require advanced neural processing. In many ways, orcas are the most culturally rich marine animals we know. Their intelligence is not just individual, but collective, passed down and refined over decades. Why science counts, not just anecdotes classifying smartest marine animals, isn't about cute tricks or coincidence. Scientists use measurable criteria: brain-to-body mass ratio, social complexity, and group structure, communication complexity, behavioral flexibility, tool use, problem solving, learning, memory, adaptation, cultural transmission, behaviors passed through generations. When species meet several of these criteria, brain size, social structure, communication, flexibility, scientists consider them top tier for cognitive sophistication. Final thought: ocean intelligence. A different kind of mind when we dive into the sea. Not only with scuba gear or submarines, but with curiosity, we find minds that evolved under enormous pressure, in darkness, in 3 dimensions, in wide open spaces and silent waters. These marine minds are not lesser humans. They are different, sometimes stranger, sometimes parallel. They solve problems we don't share, navigate worlds we can only glimpse, communicate in languages we struggle to decode. If someday humanity learns to truly listen to whales, dolphins, octopuses, sea lions, we may discover that intelligence has many shapes. In the deep and the silent, cold, wave-lashed kingdoms, consciousness thrives quietly on its own terms.